Everybody, my name is Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel, and I'm not gonna lie, I don't like vandalism, and I don't like Donald Trump. I've been very open about my opinions on our current president, and everything else. But that being said, listen, my thoughts on Donald Trump notwithstanding, I'm not a big fan of when shit like this goes down. Because apparently Donald Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame has been destroyed. And you can see here that somebody took what looks to be a pickaxe to it, and police have put over a bit of a barrier to make sure that no one else can get access to it and damage it any further. And the thing is, this isn't obviously the first time this has happened. This isn't the first time this kind of shit has gone down that particular way. But unfortunately, this is the world we live in now, where people are so angry over the president, and they're so angry over what's going on in Washington. A lot of it is very hyperbolic in nature. A lot of it is very over the top reporting and jumping to conclusions. And this happens very much on both sides. And people are acting out in this particular fashion. But that's so stupid to do, because all they're going to do is just replace it. But let's take a look here at the story. It says here, President Donald Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame has been destroyed early Wednesday morning by a man using a pickaxe. Brown told, this is from Los Angeles police officer Ray Brown. Brown said to Variety that officers received a phone call at approximately 3:30 a.m. on Wednesday about vandalism at Hollywood and Highland, where Trump's star is located. LAPD said a man turned himself in and is waiting to be processed. He is currently in custody at Hollywood Station. Going on to say here that multiple people, including police, tell me a man walked up with a guitar case and pulled out a pickaxe. This is coming from Jonathan Gonzalez, a reporter with NBC LA, who tweeted out an image from the scene. So, okay. So this guy, this unidentified guy, strolling down Hollywood and Highland, right? Middle of the night, 3 o'clock in the morning, which is not necessarily, it's not dead, by the way. If you've ever been to Hollywood and Highland, it will slow down, but it's not dead. It is lit up all night long. It is always full of people. You have the Red Line subway goes right underneath there. People are coming and going constantly. There's theaters, there's bars. I mean, you know, it's not a non-trafficked part of town, I should say. And so some dude rolls out at 3 o'clock in the morning carrying a guitar case. So Again, someone carrying a guitar case in Los Angeles is not going to be something that's out of the question. It's not going to be something that's out of the norm. It's not going to be something that you're never going to see. And I can just imagine him like sits down next to the Donald Trump star, opens it up, pulls out a pickaxe, and then just straight up goes to town on it. And I mean, even looking here at the image itself, you can see like how, I mean, he took to it. He took to it pretty damn well. For a fair amount of time here. The tweet here from Jonathan Gonzalez says the President Trump's star on the Walk of Fame destroyed again this morning after police say a man used a pickaxe to deface the dedicated chunk of Hollywood Boulevard. The suspect then turned himself in. And you can see here also that beforehand, yesterday, before the incident took place, this is what was on the Trump star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. You know, fuck Donald Trump and all this other stuff. But apparently looks to be a very, someone drew the dicks. Someone saw American Vandal and decided to parody that over there on Trump's star. And you know what? Listen, here's the thing with this. I'm gonna take a very odd stance for a left-leaning individual, and I'm just gonna straight up denounce it. That's ridiculous. For one, here's how it works with the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It's not like they give him out willy-nilly, right? Donald Trump was given one. He had to then pay the Hollywood Chamber of Commerce $30,000 in order for them to put it in, and then he gets a ceremony. Like you can pay the money to buy the star. You know, they'll have to judge whether or not you're worth it. But honest to God, he's a you know, billionaire, you know, realtor mogul, you know, reality TV star, now president. So clearly he fits the mold for what would be considered adequate for the Hollywood Walk of Fame. But you have to pay the money, and then you have to, I think, pay for upkeep as well. So people going after this is literally just, it's just costing the city of Hollywood more money, ultimately. I mean, I don't know if he pays the 30 grand and that's going to be point blank for whatever, but ultimately it's just costing the city money because you're upset at a name that's on the ground. I mean, if people treated like every bad person the same way on there. They would have to have 24-hour security on every single one. How many times can you walk down the Hollywood Walk of Fame and you'll see actors and celebrities and famous people that have done some pretty, horrendous shit, right? But Donald Trump gets the brunt of all that. And I understand people are angry. I do. I get it. I get people are angry with Donald Trump. They don't like where things are. They don't like where things have been. And they want to take their anger and their aggression out, right? But vandalism, which, by the way, the guy who's turned himself in, he faces felony vandalism charges. A felony. 3 of those in California, and you're in jail for life. And we don't know anything else about who this guy is, right? And I guarantee you that, once his name comes out and once his story comes out, and if he's facing a lot of time, there might be a GoFundMe someone creates in order to pay his fine or to hire a lawyer or something. But that's a waste of time. This guy, whoever he is, might be mad at the system. But we're in an election year. It's 2018. Vote. Get out there and vote. Don't destroy crap. Just get out there and vote. Get out there and advocate for voting. This does nothing more than maybe buy you 15 minutes of positive headlines in a community that vehemently dislikes the president. And then what? Then you're just going to be known as the guy who took a pickaxe to Donald Trump's star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. And guess what? In a couple days, it will be replaced. I guarantee you they've already got multiple of them built, just because this has happened before. It happened again in 2016, where it was defaced pretty much. So they just go out there and they just pop out the slab, pop in a new one, seal it up, let it dry overnight, and bam, Bob's your uncle. Everything you just did is now gone, erased from the planet, and the only thing that remains are photos of your acts, and people are going to forget that as time goes on, or until the next Yahoo comes along and does it again. It is such a stupid act to sit there and do this. It is such a stupid thing to sit there and go after the star on the Hollywood Walk of Fame. It pisses me off at liberals when they do this, because this is it's not productive. It's not. The left is not productive in this regard, right? Attacking people, hitting someone with bike locks if you're Antifa, destroying private property. Yeah, that makes you the good guy here. That makes you the good guy. You're not the good guy. You're not the good guy. Random dude with a pickaxe and a guitar case. You are the bad guy. That's what you are here. And people out there are going to rally around you. They're going to support you. And you might argue that this is your way to fame. And I swear to God, if this is what you think is going to get you in the door for fame, because that could be a reality. That could be a viral stunt meant to try to get you in the door, get your music noticed by BMG or UMG or Sony, which I think is also BMG now, or whatever, or maybe get you noticed by a producer, right? Maybe get you a speaking gig at the next Women's March. Or rally against the president. It's going to fail. It's going to fail. You're not going to get what you want. And at the end of the day, you end up with a criminal record, a buttload in fines, and no one knows who you are, and no one fucking cares. Put your energy elsewhere if you want to have an impact. This is childish and ridiculous. And this is coming from a person who does not want to see Trump as a president. But I can at least be upfront, honest about my opinions, and still call out bullshit when I see it, just like this. Anyway, what are your guys' thoughts on this one? I am curious to know what you guys think. Obviously, I think the comments are going to kind of be in agreement on this one. I think everyone's going to kind of be in the same boat. This was a stupid move. But what do you think? What do you think punishment should be? Should he have to sit there and do a lot of community service, clean up the trash that's in LA? There's a lot of trash that gets left behind. A fine, or do you think this will propel him to fame? Do you think that's even what his motivations are? Again, we're speculating, but I'm curious to know. My name is, of course, Matt Jarbo. This is the Mundane Matt channel. If you haven't already, please thumbs up the video, subscribe, and check back often for more content from me. In fact, if you want to see more content from me, you can totally do so right now. If you enjoyed this video, please consider becoming a patron today for just $1 per month over at patreon.com/MundaneMatt.